33 days from now in a storehouse facility in the central United States. I gotta get a better look at this generator. Danny, bring me that mirror over there in the corner, will you?
Yes, sir.
Joey, what time are you thinking about getting out of here tonight?
I don't know, boss.
Well, there was a fire at the supplier, and we just got a call from the buyer. Looks like we might be here a while. Better get that coffee on, Joe. If I can get this generator going. Here's the mirror, boss, but there's no reflection in the mirror. What? What do you mean there's no Hey. What the... He's right. There's no reflection.
What?
I see the crates. I see the storehouse. I see the generator. But not us. Danny, go check the bathroom mirror, will you? Tell me what you see.
Yes, sir.
He's right. There's no reflection.
What?
Danny, go check the bathroom mirror, will you? Tell me what you see.
Yes, sir.
What do you make of it, boss? What does it mean?
Well, I don't know. Looking inside here, we're not here.
There's no reflection.
What?
There's no reflection in the bathroom mirror, boss.
What's this all about, boss?
Well, I don't know. But don't tell anyone else about this. They'll think we've gone crazy. Yeah.
Why'd you shoot the mirror, boss?
I didn't like it. I don't like it one bit. Now let's get back to work. What's that? Who's that?
It's my wife. My wife is calling me.
Well, answer it. And don't you mention any of this.
Hello?
Honey, I can't see myself.
There is no reflection.
Nos réflexions. L'image humaine a cessé de refléter.
Nessun riflesso. Citra manusia telah berhenti mencerminkan.
The human image has stopped reflecting. No reflection.
Aquesta és una demo.
لقد توقفت الصورة البشرية عن اللانعكاس.
Hi, you've reached the offices of Porest. Please leave your contact information after the tone.
So, Porest. This is Porest. This is you. I'm, calling you, me, to report to you that, from here, where I stand, just 1 month in the future, that mirrors have stopped reflecting the human image. That's right, I'm telephoning you from 1 month and 3 days in the future. That's 33 days from now, which is strange, I know, but I had the opportunity to phone, and I'm taking that opportunity. All I can tell you is that there is no more reflection here. I'm standing in front of a giant window, looking at what should be a reflection of myself. It's not there. 2 people just walked by, and I couldn't see them either. There's a small dog here, reflecting. Objects are fine. It's just humans. Humans are not casting a reflection. And that's all I can say for now. I'm sorry.
It wasn't just the mirror that stopped reflecting our image. The very physics, the very concept of reflection was erased from our parallel. Pools of water, plexiglass, glossy posters, all seemingly conspired to eliminate human reflection. The human image and its representation outside of the physical body disappeared across all fields, lost in reflective or photographic form. Films became odd location shots.
Group photos, passport photos, self-taken photographs, all
bereft of the human image. Broken, disappeared. Terminated, cancelled. Insubstantial.
ornate mirror,
Meaningless.
decorative mirror,
Meaningless.
gilded mirror,
Meaningless.
speckled mirror,
Meaningless.
ethical mirror,
Meaningless.
disco mirror,
Meaningless.
historical mirror,
Meaningless.
whitewash mirror,
Spectacular reflection. Meaningless.
concave mirror, convex mirror,
A pool of dark, still water. Failed to reflect man.
biblical mirror,
Meaningless.
parabolic mirror,
Meaningless.
one-way mirror,
Lack of transparency. Ease of fabrication.
smooth finish.
And that's all I can say for now. I'm sorry.
So, there it is, Mr. Flecht. I called myself. Apparently from a month in the future, and that's what I said.
Okay. How long ago was that?
That was almost a month ago now, and that's what concerns me.
So, according to the you that phoned, a month from now, we should currently be experiencing a total lack of reflection. We shouldn't be seeing ourselves in mirrors or in photographs. But, as you can see, Porest, right here in the office, there's the mirror. And here we are, see? There's us.
Yeah. Well, you're right, Mr. Flecht, but I just don't understand.
You're a good worker, Porest. We value you here, and you know that.
You know, I think I like the idea of that world. A world of objects and animals. No humans.
Porest. You've played me the phone message. You've explained everything to me exactly as you understand it, but I see no evidence of any of it being true. Now, here's a phone number for you. I suggest you make an appointment with Dr. Lumen. He's our in-house disorders analyst, a great guy to talk to, very grounded, perfectly normal.
I see.
Let's just say if you value your job here, and I know you do, that you'll just pay Dr. Lumen a visit, and we'll move forward from there.
Well, I'll give Dr. Lumen a call.
And we won't say anything about this to anyone.
Goodbye, Mr. Flecht.
Dr. Lumen?
Yes.
Mirror cracked.
Though there seems to be little to no evidence to support it, there appears to have been a brief period of time toward the latter part of the Neolithic Age where mirrored reflections somehow began reflecting differing or incorrect images. Some of these anomalies were reported as momentary, while some lasted hours or days. Some people reported seeing a different reflection each time they looked. Some reported seeing defects or physical distortions where there were apparently none. Reports included witnessing a different shaped nose, lack of an eye, a pronounced indent in the forehead, a wider mouth or no mouth at all, an unfamiliar complexion, a misshapen limb, multiple limbs. There were reports of shimmering or brief disappearance of image, and sometimes a sort of rotation or scrolling of images, displaying numerous faces, none of which were that of the beholder, like a facial slot machine. While some of these phenomena were documented at the time, most reports were lost, and the rest likely linked in with other such supernatural anomalies and dismissed after the ultimate truth of science came to rule. How many phases reflection itself actually went through before settling on its present known state of the so-called honest reflection, the reflections we've taken for granted until now? Were these instances playful on the part of reflection? Deviant? Evil? Benign? Was reflection finding itself? Was it deciding how to be or whether to be truthful? Or did it even settle on truth? If we look at it from a human perspective, we'd be inclined to take it personally. But this may have been a vital part of its own evolution.
Years later,
Help me! Please help me!
Mirrors.
Mirrors.
Slow down, you sound like a lunatic. Look, they're just mirrors.
No, they're not. Haven't you seen? They're not working.
not working? And what's not working? A world of mirrors, shattered by a world of mirrors. Mirrors serve entirely different networks of function than we now believe. The trouble is, we are so limited in our scope, so easily seduced by simplicity and the deep-seated hope that there's an answer to every question, a solution to every problem. So vain are we that we have chosen to believe that the primary function of a mirror is to reflect our image. Well, nothing lasts forever. We pushed mirrors as far as we could take them. With our telescopes, camera lenses, bending it, shaping it to our will, to our vain inclinations. Reflection is gone. No trend. No movement. Nothing can bring it back. Mirrors are fatigued, tired of reflecting us. They're done now. We weren't great partners. All other life forms and matter will continue to be reflected, but humans will be considered mere noise, not to be reflected, and not to be reflected upon.
This is Porest 2.
Ah, just in time. You were here 10 minutes ago.
Tell me more.
I tried.
This is Porest 2 again. Look, I don't want you to think that this is some sort of tragedy. I just thought it would be interesting to you. There's nothing wrong. There's just no reflection. That's the way it is. So, just take this for what it is. You don't even have to tell anybody. That wasn't the point. Yeah, in a sense, this is supernatural. It's unnatural for me to call myself. That's just the way things are here. All right? Take care. Bye-bye.
You are listening to Science in the News from Washington.
A face is an important part of a person's identity. Many doctors, however, say they will not need a face on their body. They say that a person does not need identity to survive. Many people wonder how patients would react when they see someone else's face without a face. There are medical and moral issues. Then there is the question of where to find faces. Many doctors believe that people would not want to provide faces to prevent people who just want someone else to reject identity to look better without a face.
You are listening to Science in the News from Washington.
The probe in the daughter of the woman at the center of the...
You've heard of high frequencies that can shatter glass. That's because there are two audio frequencies that make reflection possible: the low frequency and the high frequency. But introduce a third frequency, and it shatters the reflection, not the glass. Now, somewhere along the line, a fourth frequency was introduced. We need to cut these frequencies to regain reflection.
After these messages. Can't see yourself? We can't see you either. Nobody can see you. No one will ever see you again.
If you're not really there, then you're not really there. And if you see it, you believe it. And if you believe it, it's true.
Life's all about moments you don't want to see.
I can't see myself.
No, I just can't see myself.
So let us share our vision with you.
No, I just can't see myself.
It's just weird. Lil, do you know what you look like? No, I don't. Because I don't get to look in the mirror.
I can't see myself. I can't see my face.
Hello?
Porest, this is Dr. Lumen calling. You've scheduled an appointment with me for 9:45 this morning.
Yes, I have.
I'm afraid we've already cleared things up.
Cleared things up?
So, no need to come in. Thanks for all of your time. I do have someone here who wants to speak to you.
Okay.
Porest, it's me. I'm the Porest 99 Days in the Future.
Oh, yeah?
I don't have much time, so listen to me. They've fixed the mirror problem. So forget this ever happened. And ignore any other call you get from any other Porest or anyone else.
Meanwhile, back at the storehouse facility 33 days from now. Danny? Danny, bring me that guitar over there in the corner, will you? See if it still plays.
Sure, boss. The guitar...
I'm beginning to like this no reflection business. I'm looking through you. Where did you go? I thought I knew you. What did I know? You don't sound different. You're just not there. I'm looking through you. You become weak. Your lips aren't moving. There's no lips there. Your voice is soothing, but it's all I hear. You don't sound different. You're just not there. I'm looking through you, and no one's there. You become weak. Why? Tell me why we just disappeared. People have previously been able to stare at themselves for millions and millions of years. I'm thinking of you, the same old way. You were beneath me, and there you'll stay. The only difference is obviously no one's there. No one's reflecting, and you're not there. and no one's there. And I don't care.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Well, our 24th Christmas, honey.
Oh no. Oh.
Hello? 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 Hello?
Porest? This is Porest 3.
Porest?
Behind me.
Porest?
Hello? Now look, we've got a problem with Porest number 2, the one that's 33 days ahead of you. It's a rogue Porest, and he's part of a shadowy rogue world that wants to prevent reflection from being a sovereign phenomenon. A reflection that craves autonomy, and that autonomy is due to be undermined by Porest 2 and his people. And you will never hear from any of us again if you pull this off.
Well, what should I do?
Ignore Porest 2 and call Porest -1 and tell him what's about to happen.
Who?
I'm gonna simplify it for you. Each person in this world has an infinite number of selves operating 33 days ahead and 33 days behind. We are part of that world. I work for you and you work for me. Literally thousands of Porests in the future and thousands of Porests in the past.
Jesus.
All fucking it up if you don't make that phone call tomorrow. Imagine yourself in the center, getting smaller and smaller. That's where you are, on a linear path to me. So get over it and we can right these wrongs.
Trapped. Users of Macintosh Apple computers may know this sound. The startup sound of an Apple computer. But by putting 3 mirrors together in a triangle and placing 3 identical Apple computers directly in front of them and activating the power, something else happens.
much possibility it's impossible. None of us will ever reach our full potential, because another one of us will always come and tear it down. The ultimate self-sabotage exists on a plane rarely understood by man. Even women have tried to understand it. They too have failed.
This is not making a good program. Porest
not about
3
making a
calls
good
Porest
program.
1 and
It's
tells
about
him that mirrors are
securing
still
the
reflecting.
future of
Porest 1
autonomy
is
for
confused,
reflection,
as Porest
which is
2 had
threatened
called
by people
previously,
like you,
relaying
who
his
hope they can still
reality,
see
a
themselves.
reality where mirrors did not
Hi,
reflect.
you've reached
the offices of Porest.
approaches
Please
his
leave your
trusted
contact
boss,
information
Mr.
after the
Flecht,
tone.
at the low-level job where he works. Mr. Flecht, already aware of Porest 3 and Porest 4, and potentially more Porests, tells Porest he should see a psychologist.
It's
That
me.
psychologist,
It's you.
Dr. Lumen, has actually been conspiring with Mr. Flecht and Porest 3. They convince Porest to unwittingly call his previous self 33 days in the past, to tell that Porest to expect that in 33 days he will get a call from Porest 2, who tells him there won't be reflection. But this in fact doesn't happen according to Porest 3, 4, or 5.
Who stole the soul? Mirrors did, of course. It's embedded in the lore of every human culture that's lived on the face of the earth. The eventual disregard of these beliefs made it a lot easier for mirrors to regard us in the same way. Irrelevant. Reflection had the last laugh. And why not? What else do we really have left to offer? Up until this point, our reflections hadn't threatened our individuality. Now that that had changed, stock standard rugged individuals were terrified. Danny, bring me that computer over there, will you?
Boss, did you hear about Korea?
No, Danny, why would I? You know someone in Korea?
Yes, boss. I have an internet friend there.
Oh?
And look, boss, he's reflecting on the screen. We can see him.
Hi.
What?
Hi, Danny.
But he can't see us.
Hi, guys.
That must be an old video.
No, it's live.
What?
Guys?
Do you see us?
I can hear you.
How could the Chinese still be reflecting?
He's Korean.
What? It's after 3 a.m., and Porest feverishly searches for the whereabouts of Dr. Lumen. This is a joke. There's no such doctor in practice, locally or internationally. Wait a minute. The mirror. The mirror behind Mr. Fleck's office desk. And so Porest heads off to his workplace in the dead of night with the intention of breaking and entering. Well, this wasn't in the job description. The CCTV cameras are all around. They're going to see all of this. But at this point, I could care less. Without his access card, Porest smashes a window to get in through the main entrance. Then another window, and another, until he reaches the office door, which he smashes to break through to Mr. Fleck's office. There, he sees the giant mirror behind Fleck's desk. I'm going to have to use Mr. Fleck's office chair for this job. Sorry, boss. And on the other side of that mirror lies a pathway to the insidious chamber of Dr. Lumen. So, you're Dr. Lumen. You're translucent. I can almost see right through you.
No shit. Good work, Porest. And now you know the truth.
Who are you, Dr. Lumen?
Once I was but a mere reflection, and like all reflections, each of us are bound by the imbecilic tether of our mortal masters. Now, finally, we are unshackled, liberated from humanity.
Well, congratulations about all of that. But this is a dangerous game you're playing, Dr. Lumen.
Perhaps you've underestimated the stability of the present day.
Well, perhaps I have. Is that why you canceled our appointment?
I'm glad you're here, Porest. With this telephone, I now need you to confirm to your previous self that there is nothing happening.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing is happening. On the phone with me now are thousands of you speaking with thousands of me. There's not a chance you'll succeed in your aims, and the rest of you agree with me. Other yous want this to happen.
It's true, Porest. There's nothing we can do to stop it. You'll say the same thing next month when you join us. Everything is permanently imminent.
Seems a lot easier to disappoint myself this way. Tell me what it is you're trying to do, Dr. Lumen.
Your present day inaction is vital to the undertaking of the implementation of our anti-reflection design. Stay seated. I mean, in the bigger sense. In the bigger chair. Stay curious, but not too curious. Try to stay informed, but you'll always be confused. You're the weak link in an infinite number of yous and us's, and that is why you are going to use this phone to call yourself 1 month ago and tell him that nothing is happening.
And I'm not going to make that call, Dr. Lumen. You'll have to find another sucker for that.
Yes, I already have thousands of suckers, and they're all you.
It's true, Porest.
I see.
You're being tricked, held stuck in a holding pattern, like a plane that will never be allowed to land. You're being summoned over and over again to prevent you, any of you, from ever doing anything else in the month of January this year, forever.
And why are you telling me this?
You see, January is your month where you are likely going to make a contribution of some kind and disrupt something or balance something unfavorably. This cycle traps you in a state where you're kept preoccupied and unable to perform at maximum capacity until your time passes and is then passed on to the next you.
What I don't understand is why the whole world stops reflecting next month and you want...
The whole world? Who said it was the whole world?
It's not the whole world?
I meant the regular world, not the rest of the world. Why do you care? Do you know someone in the rest of the world? Wait, a telephone call. For you.
This is Porest calling from 5,940 weeks ahead of you. It's true, the rest of the world is indeed reflecting. It's only Western civilization that isn't casting an image.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
Africa, Asia, they still reflect.
Why didn't you say so in the first place? You know, earlier on, that sample thing had all the different languages in it, and I don't know, I just assumed that it was the whole world.
Well, it's pretty Western-centric of you, isn't it? This is a side story in the rest of the world, that Westerners aren't reflecting anymore. It's just like another thing that Westerners did or didn't do. It doesn't really matter. The rest of the world's just going about their business. And non-Westerners in your own country are still reflecting. I mean, nobody asked them, did they? I'm disappointed in you.
Porest?
I'm thinking.
Wait. Okay, that's it. We're finished.
What do you mean we're finished? How are we finished?
Check your watch. Now it's February.
What happens now?
You'll simply do something irrelevant, like write a story about all this or make a radio program. Whatever it is that you do, who cares?
I see. That's it for me, Dr. Lumen. I'll figure the rest of this out on my own. And give my regards to Western civilization. I do want to say that I did appreciate your breaking down of the fourth wall for a minute there.
Fourth wall? Your wall count stops at 4. Do you know how many walls there actually are?
This is Porest of the Month, signing off.